There's a title over there. Yeah. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wild Season podcast on September 16th slash 17th, depending on where you are in the world. Um, Joining me is the lovely Mads once again. Say hi, Mads.
Hello, everyone.
And I'm Kelsey. I'm the one that's kind of always here. So, yeah. Hi. What's up? Anyway, we are here to talk about festivals today. Yay!
Yay!
I feel a little dumb because I realize that this is something that we've never like actually addressed before. Like we've mentioned festivals and stuff and we've kind of talked about them, but like also not really, which I mean, festivals are kind of cool, right? You go and you do stuff on a certain day and sometimes you get prizes and other times you know,
Meet
give your
people.
girlfriend stuff or your boyfriend depending on who you want to love. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we're going to talk about those and what you can kind of do and when they happen and why they happen then. So, I don't know. Well, I guess I don't really know why things happen. We'll just ignore me. Anyway, moving on. Our first one is, and this is going to surprise everyone in the entire world. Spring 1st is going to be New Year's Day because
Yeah.
that is the first day of the year. Yeah. Which actually, you will be starting, I believe your first playable day is actually Spring 13th. So you won't get a New Year's Day until year
Next year.
2. So you
Yeah.
won't be seeing this for a bit. But hey, New Year's Day, you gather at the square. Everybody's there. Everybody's happy. And you can exchange gifts with people. So kind of what happens is that everybody wants honey gifts. Honey has like this symbolic meaning of some... I won't get into it because the game does. You can figure out by playing. But pretty much you give gifts that like either are actual honey itself or honey went into them.
Why honey?
Because honey's cool, man.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Not you, Mads. And you can hang out with groups. So I know that sounds pretty strange. You're like, what does that mean? Pretty much, if you want to hang out with a group of people, you kind of decide like, yeah, okay, I'll hang out with the nurses and the doctor together. You can hang out with them. And there will be like a little scene that plays because you're hanging out with them and you can do that and it raises your affections with them and stuff.
It's like an event where you can get more relationship points or something.
Yeah, and I think they're funny. I mean, I wrote them to be funny. I'm hoping that they are. Wait, wouldn't the bees be dormant during winter? Bedford winters are kind of odd. I really won't go into why necessarily, but bees will be fine in winter in Bedford. So, very good point, but no, they will be okay. Do not worry. All the honey for everyone at all times.
Artist said Spring 1st, New Year's Day. What is this madness?
Oh yeah, I know, right? I've never heard of New Year's Day happening at the very first day of a year, but you know, we're trying to break barriers here at Quickfire Games, okay? Trying to push expectations to a new height.
Pushing the limits, actually.
Yeah, I know, right?
Good.
Bouquet Day! Hey! What do you know? This is on Spring 14th. I just realized that we don't have the dates on here, which I should have noticed. Oh well, life goes on. Bouquet Day, you can give, bouquets of flowers. What do you know? Bouquet Day has bouquets involved. What a surprise. And, the flower's color has meaning. So, like, for instance, if you want to be like, oh yeah, I'm, like, dating this person, you would give them a red bouquet. Or if you are just friends with them, you would give them a blue bouquet, etc. Well, not etc. Yellow's for family. Those are the colors. There you go.
What happens if you give red flowers to your enemies or Rosalind?
Dialogue will play. They will react to it. I personally suggest trying to give people flowers that aren't the flowers that they want. I think that they have pretty good reactions to it. But yeah, they will react not only based off the color, obviously, but also based off of their actual friendship with you. Like if you try to like give like friendship flowers to somebody who hates you, it'd be like, why are you trying to give me flowers for somebody who, you know,
Hey.
yeah, like, is this supposed to be a joke? And you're like, no, I want to repair our friendship. And they're like, too bad.
The bouquet day sounds a lot like Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's kind of the equivalent of Valentine's, but it involves a little bit more of the whole village rather than just the person you like. However, we do have a festival that I'll talk about later that is just for couples. But we'll get to that later. Chaos asks, which flowers are for hate? I think a good policy is if you can't date the person, just give them red.
Aura said a failed dish.
Or, yeah, a failed dish. That works. I personally recommend trying to give Rosalind a red bouquet when the time comes. She will be very grateful to you by that.
Should take a stand for that.
She will not be grateful because Rosalind hates you. Oh well. Life goes on. Anyway, race day. So you might be like, why is this really vague? Well, I'm about to tell you. We have races every season. So that's spring, summer, fall, winter. Horse races are in spring and in fall. And then dog races are in summer and in winter. And there's 6 races that occur on that day. You can go in at any time. You don't have to like sit for all 6 races if you don't want to.
Oh, Colin reminded to ask a question.
Oh, okay. Let's see here.
It's back to the bouquet day.
Oh, that's...
He says, so there's flowers for friendship, romance to partners, and family. Is there a flower to symbolize attraction? Like for a character you aren't in a relationship with but have strong feelings for.
That's not necessarily what Bouquet Day is for. It's not really like... It kind of relates to Valentine's Day in the way that, like, you know, you do technically do something romantic if you're a couple, but, like, I know a lot of people, like, confess on Valentine's Day or whatever. It's not necessarily used for that. So there's not really... You would probably give that person the blue bouquet, the friendship bouquet still. And Chaos, yes, we are going to make dogs run outside in extreme weather. People complain about that festival, actually. If you read the dialogues, everybody's like, it's so cold, why are we out here? But yeah, so you have like 6 races. So if you're like super into either betting or actually racing yourself, you have plenty of opportunity on that day to do so. Or you can just not attend race days at all. But yeah, I just wanted to put this slide here because know that there is a race day every season. I just don't want to bore you guys by being like, by the way, here's this thing you already know about 3 more times. So yeah, race days, they're things. Oh, there's a racetrack to the north of
Northern side of the town.
Yeah, it's to the north of the town. Oro says on what days? The first horse race is on spring 22nd. The first dog race of the year is on summer 4th. The second horse race is on fall 22nd. And then the second dog race is on winter 9th. So there's 2 that are towards the beginning of the season. And then there's 2 that are towards like the later part.
Oro's also asking if it's possible to practice before the race.
Not at the moment, but that's not a bad idea. We might look into that. But there's definitely things that you can do for your animal that will make them better, like their stamina better, things like that. Mr. Plexen says, geez, did I have a dream? I thought I read that there was multiplayer in this game. No, unfortunately,
You were dreaming.
You were dreaming. Wild Season is a solo experience. We considered co-op like very, very, very early into development, but that went away pretty quickly. So maybe it might be possible that you read it somewhere, but it would have been a long time ago. But yeah, so that's race day. Anyway, moving on. We are actually done with spring. Woohoo.
Yeah.
And there's a beach day. Hey, it's summer. That means you go to the beach. And you are in swimsuits, and so is everybody else, and you have a fun time. So yeah, you can go to the beach, talk to people, buy some like specialty items and things like that. And then the main event of the day though is that there's an annual fishing contest. Pretty much how the fishing contest works, you try to catch the best 5 fish that you can, and there'll be a screen where you can like exchange them and stuff, and then those fish are graded by points, and whoever gets the most points on the fish win. It's not, something where it's just like catch as many fish as possible, or like you better hope that you have that one fish or else you failed. So yeah, it involves a little bit more of a a little bit more of work while you're trying to figure out what fish you really want to exchange. Diego, who's the fisherman in our game, he'll tell you how much the fish are worth. Mr. Plexen says, with fishing, is there a skill to it like Animal Crossing games, or is it more luck-based? There is skill to it. As you get better, it gets a little bit harder, but that's because you're now able to catch better fish.
Follow-up question, is there a way you can catch certain fish? Do you have to go after certain shadows or something?
There are certain ways to catch certain fish. It's not shadow-based. Thank you, Oro. That's really nice. Oro put up a track sheet for what days everything's are on. Yeah, we should have put dates on here. Sorry, guys. No, so there won't be shadows or anything. What will happen is, well, first, kind of an obvious one is that river fish are in rivers, ocean fish are in the ocean, and pond fish are in ponds. Hey!
Who knew?
I know, we're doing really complicated stuff. From there, you can kind of tell what the actual system itself is. You have a bar and you're trying to press within the right part of that bar to catch the fish. And
So it's a timing thing.
It's a timing thing, and a lot of the times, like, the better fish will be just, like, the bar will look very different for those. So it will be pretty obvious pretty quickly, you know, at least what tier of fish you're kind of gunning for in that time. So yeah, that's kind of how fishing works. We showed off fishing a few weeks back. Hopefully the next time we play a build on here, we can show how fishing works a little bit more. I feel like sometimes I don't explain it terribly well. Sorry about that. But yeah, after the fishing contest, though, you can ask somebody to watch fireworks with you, and it will increase their friendship points with you. It's not necessarily romantic. I mean, obviously, you can do it with the person that you want to romance, and
Chaos just said we can do it with Rosalind.
yes, you can do it with Rosalind, also known as Linda. She's there. She is a person. But what I was going to say, though, is, and something kind of important to keep in mind about the game, is that all of the bachelors and the bachelorettes, you do not have to date them. So you can go through their whole character arc without dating them. So if, like, for instance, you're in, like, year 4 or something of the game, you're already married and everything, but you're kind of, like, getting to know, let's say you're married to, like, Denise and you're trying to get to know Will. You can hang out with Will and watch the fireworks and all of that, and there's never going to be a point where Denise is going to be like, why the hell are you going out with Will? Because you guys are friends. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. That's a thing. So technically, if you wanted to, like, get to know all the bachelors and bachelorettes in the game and only, you know, pick one to go into a romantic relationship with, you totally can. Or you could go in a romantic relationship with none of them. You can be single the whole time. Yeah.